Right now, the state of the city for Mayor Craig Greenberg is reported back in February. Shootings are down 40% since he took office in January of 2023. The mayor highlighting his Safer Louisville plan.
Also pointing to investments in neighborhoods like Portland and Parkland, where new libraries have opened. And the mayor is joining us tonight. And we have some other questions as well about some of our recent top stories.
We do want to thank you very much for coming in, Mayor Greenberg. And we do want to pick up on safety first. Let's talk about the fatal shooting of Caitlin Hall. Happened Friday night in eastern Jefferson County, suffering a mental health episode, and police shot her, 2 officers there. You started the deflection program, which would send mental health professionals to these scenes. What happened here, and are you asking questions about this? Are you concerned about what happened with the shooting?
I'm always concerned anytime there's an incident like this that occurs, and consistent with the practice that I put in place. In the coming days, LMPD is going to release all of the body camera footage. There'll be a full briefing for the entire community so they can see and understand exactly what happened. And our question is always, in every incident, to see what we can learn from it and work to do better. The deflection program, as you mentioned, when I first became mayor, it was a teeny little program that was operated in one police division, a couple hours a day. We've now expanded it 24/7 across the entire county. And what that means is when people are suffering from a mental health emergency, we have the ability to put them in contact with a mental health professional. Nearly 5,000 calls were treated that way last year. Nearly 1,000 of those actually had someone in our crisis response team respond.
Do you think that should have been used?
Well, in this case, it wasn't an appropriate candidate because there was clearly some risk to others individual. We were unsure about the harm that had already been done to the individual, to the other people who were in the apartment, or if there was risk of violence as well. Our question is, what we're talking about now is, should we, in addition to what we're doing, have a co-responder model so that in a situation like this, both a police officer and a mental health professional goes to the scene together. That's something that we're looking at to see if it would be appropriate to implement as we go forward.
Okay. Let's talk about the woman who was attacked in Beckley Park on a Sunday morning, broad daylight. Not a time where you would think you'd have a worry in the world, and something like this happens. And I think a lot of folks, especially women, are concerned about this kind of thing happening when they get to an area where there's no one around. Is it possible to have more police cameras, and not just in that park, but other parks?
So I've been very focused on safety in parks, and since I've been mayor, I brought back the Park Ranger program, which had been gone for decades. We're working to expand that program. We've improved the lights that are in all of our parks. This was in the Parkland, so not a Metro government park, but we've been very focused on safety so that everyone can enjoy themselves. And so whether it's a park, whether it's in your neighborhood, public safety is our top priority, and we're always working to improve it and reduce the amount. As you just said, Doug, we've reduced violent crime, but then you hear about incidents like this and you try to learn from these and see what you can do to protect people and apprehend individuals that are doing heinous things like this.
Louisville loves to talk about its bridges and its streets.
Yes.
Okay, you all are taking out stoplights and putting up stop signs. This is like Back to the Future. This is very old school. What's going on here? I mean, you've been here long enough where you know streets were one way, then they went 2-way, and now we're taking out stoplights.
Yeah, neighborhoods and research and everything shows that 2-way streets in urban environments are better neighborhoods. They're safer for people in cars. They're safer for pedestrians. Local businesses that operate there, they have a better environment. It's more enjoyable if you have a restaurant or a cafe with some outdoor seating to be on a 2-way street. Just think about some of the one-way highways that we have going through the heart of our downtown environment. That's not conducive to having a great neighborhood experience. And so all the research shows that even when we replace stop lights with stop signs and convert to 2-ways, that it doesn't increase the overall time of your trip. You may drive a little bit slower, but you're not just racing from red light to red light. And it's a more fluid experience, and it's a better experience. So we're excited about it.
Okay, you can wave to the mayor at a stop sign.
Okay, well, I will say that just as someone who was in the car, like approaching an area that used to be a light, and all of a sudden it's a stop sign, it is a little unnerving because you're looking around wondering if anybody else is paying attention or if they're going to run it.
No, that's right. We're all creatures of habit. Change is difficult. It's sort of like when you move and then you drive to the house that you just moved from in your first couple weeks there. We think people will get used to it, and we think they'll end up enjoying it and forgetting the way it ever was.
Before we get out of the final time underway in Frankfurt now, you have been successful in getting a lot of money back for Louisville in the past. The Humana Tower, are you asking for money from Kentucky lawmakers to help that project? And do you think this will really happen? This has been a signature of your administration, which is ending its first term here. Do you think the money will be there to build out the Humana Tower as a hotel?
That is my hope and plan, and yes, I do think the Humana Tower will be financed and will become a reality. We've been working very constructively with the leadership of the Senate and the House, the Jefferson County delegation. I think you'll see a lot of bills, including the budget, that come to light over the next 24 hours before the veto period. I'm cautiously optimistic that Louisville will fare well. One of those projects that we want to help support is with the Humana Tower, and so we've been working on some to make sure that there are the right incentives to make that 1,000-room convention center hotel a reality for Humana Tower's next chapter. So the next 24 hours are critical. We've been working every day for months on this, and we'll keep our fingers crossed overnight.
Well, we'll look for the word from Metro Hall.
Yes.
See if you get the money. Thank you very
so
much,
much,
Mayor
Mayor.
Greenberg.